Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to Stepiphenie's Wake. I'm Steph, and this is a timeless reading for the sign of Libra. But if you find yourself here because of the image or title, I believe there are messages here for you too. On this channel, we honor three things above all else. 1. Nothing is coincidence. Everything that happens in the reading is part of the reading. 2. Energy is wild, and I will deliver the messages I get, and no topic is off limits. 3. Love always wins. So, I'm here to change the world one conversation at a time, and my main aim is to move whoever is watching forward in a positive direction for the highest good of all. If the energies or roles I'm speaking about are reversed in your story, feel free to flip them for yourself as necessary to suit your situation. Don't force the reading to fit. If the story isn't yours, don't make it so unless that's how you intend for your life to go. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment if this resonates with you. If you feel aligned with my vibe and ever-growing tribe, I invite you to subscribe, and I send a huge thank you to all that do. Additional information and details to connect with me for a personal reading or to donate to the channel are in the description box below. So Libra, let's get into your channeled messages. The title of your reading is Hesitation. And I know that that is from Rocky Horror Picture Show, which ironically was released on August 14th, 1975 in the UK. It didn't come here until September 26th of 1975, but either way, the ironic thing was I channeled these messages, I did one for each of the signs back in April, so April 30th, and I think it's kind of cool that finally it's coming around, and I started recording these right around, the 14th. It's the 16th today. I will launch it when I get the nudge to, but there's something about that movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show. But before I get into that deep dive, there is something that is worth the wait. And wait is a play on words, W-A-I-T versus W-E-I-G-H-T. And I know that I know Libra rules talent, which is a natural aptitude or skill, um, an association with creativity, or it's associated with creativity, performance, or an ability, a special ability. Um, but talent used to be a measure of weight and money back, it was like ancient Greece. So, going up a little bit, worth the wait, there's something about February 7th, 2021 that's significant. September 26th, upcoming might be significant. Just a couple days ago, something might have happened. Tim Curry is who plays Dr. Frankenfurter in the movie. He is known as a sweet transvestite. I know that is an outdated term in the trans community. But this movie, when it was launched, especially in 1975, came with a lot of controversy because of its sexual liberation, its gender fluidity, non-traditional relationships, and a lot of people viewed it as being a nonsensical and bizarre film. The elements of bisexuality kind of gave people this weird, feeling, and I think what a time for that to be launched. Now I think it would be received very differently, even if we are moving more and more into like that, oh, what is it called? Very, very conservative, Handmaid's Tale kind of thing. But we're not going to get into that. I also, after I heard hesitation, again, there's something about a break, something about a pause, something about a wait. I know in How I Met Your Mother, Barney is always saying legend, wait for it, legendary. Again, this broken, this this different, or this understanding that is complete after a little bit of time. I did a little bit of diving into the lyrics of the song Sweet Transvestite. Also, Tim Curry, I mentioned Curry. Leo's reading is called Vindaloo, and it's actually very interesting because I usually like to do my readings in one fast take, and I went to look up something while I was doing the reading, and it broke the video in two. So again, there's something about a break, something about a separation, and then a completion. Hesitation. Vacillation, not being able to make up your mind, is usually how I associate hesitation. It's number 28 in my deck. But back to the lyrics of Sweet Transvestite. The line is, so come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain is really to blame. I'll remove the cause, but not the symptom. So listen to that song. There might be more into it. Another thing that is mentioned is a satanic mechanic, which is, I don't know why that stuck out to me, but it did. I also then went into this little loop back to the Greek Talaton, which was a symbol of weight, um, or a unit of weight. It also is equal to a Hebrew Kikkar, which is the equivalent of 60 Talmudic minas. So I don't know what any of that means, but you might, and that might resonate with you. And in case you were wondering, a Talmudic minas is the equivalent of 640 grams or 23 ounces, though some argue that it's actually 978 grams and 34 ounces. So there's something about weight and talent and what's the word I'm looking for? Equivalencies. Something like that is important for this weight. Maybe you're going to understand the value of something on the other side of it. You'll understand, the input of this lesson or what you were paid with and how it's actually valued are two different things. And this has been a theme, a common string in a couple of my readings is that everything is either a lesson or a blessing, and even the lessons are blessings. So take that as you will. I'm going to leave this open for a minute. Ding. I'm going to roll some dice. Again, I have a system that I use, but let's see what this hesitation is about, what this break in flow is about. 28. Can you believe it? Vacillation. Going back and forth, not being able to make up your mind. Split between two worlds, investing in two things. It's like I got this image of somebody who gets to a path and they can't decide which way to go. And so they just kind of keep going in the middle, which means that they're not going in either correct direction. All right. This time I'm going to call in my guides, angels, ancestors, beings of the highest white light. I call you in and I ask that you assist me in guiding and channeling messages for the collective of Libra so that they can gain clarity and understanding in their situation as they move forward for the highest good of them and all involved. Archangel Michael, I call you in and ask that you protect me from anyone who attempts or intends to cloud my judgment. Those in the Libra Collective, I encourage you to welcome your guides, angels, ancestors of the highest benevolent white light. Those who wish to see you move forward in a positive direction, your loving intentions. Invite them in. I ask that you work with me to deliver the messages that this collective needs to hear to gain clarity and understanding. Two more. Vacillation, partnership, invest. Investing into two, split worlds. And that's a very Libra thing, right? And that's kind of actually ironic about the scales because in order for them to come into balance, you have to put a little on both sides. If you put weight on one side, it'll flip one way. So you have to put just enough weight on the other side for it to balance out. Maybe you're not investing equally into the things that you need to be. A lot of us, are people pleasers and we put ourselves to the wayside. Maybe you're not pouring into yourself the way you need to. 27, gluttony on the bottom. All right, what's powering this situation? I'm going to do a quick run of these cards. They don't have images, so after that we'll clarify with a deck of images. Not sure which one yet. Hesitation. What are we hesitating? Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Let's get some messages. It's powering the situation. Morbid stress and authority. You did not make the wrong decision. You didn't do anything wrong. You're stressing about it. You're chewing your fingernails about it. You may think that, you charge forward ahead with something. You didn't make the wrong decision. You did what was right at the time. With this card being morbid, that's for me decay. Whatever, nothing that you could have done would have changed the outcome. This situation was dying, was falling apart. It was decaying. It was not meant to thrive. It was barely surviving. There was nothing that you could have done to save it. It was over. Some things just come to an end. And 21 is the mountain, which is in Lenormand, which is challenges. This was a challenging situation. All right, what's changing in this situation? Morbid. But it's eating at you. Something is eating at you. Maybe you're having trouble sleeping at night. Mystic and humility. Aw, with gratitude on the bottom. And that's equal give and take. That is like the scales of the minor arcana. You're used to being able to balance it all. Failure, I mean, we all go into things, generally speaking, with this failure is not an option mentality. And so this was a lesson for you in humility. You poured your heart in and you didn't get what you were supposed to out of it. And maybe there's an extra, insult to injury because not only did you pour everything you could into this one thing that failed, but because you were so focused on something else that you also faltered or dropped the ball elsewhere. So it's like two losses or two failures. But sometimes humility is the lesson. It's something that helps us to have compassion for other people. What's blocking the situation? Courage and faith. That's interesting. Maybe you're still trying to pick up the pieces. You're still trying to make it work. You're still trying. Free will, yeah, it's a choice. It's over. It's over. I just imagine somebody throwing back a fish that's not alive anymore. They throw it back into the water and it just floats to the top and it's just there. It's coming to light. That's too many. Kindness, temperance, commitment, fate. Yeah. And challenge. There it is. There's challenge. Again, I just said compassion. This is something to teach you compassion. Maybe you knew that this was not going to succeed before you started it. And you were kind of hoping to beat the odds against all odds. And this is a lesson for you to maybe stop and really evaluate what's worth putting your time and effort into. Accomplishing the impossible, yeah, it feels good, and it's not that it can't be done. I know that some people, I love the line, don't tell somebody something can't be done while they're already doing it, just get out of their way kind of thing. I don't think this was meant to be done. It's like an irrationally quick deadline. Like something is just not feasible. But you really wanted to make some magic happen. You really wanted to. And you needed to wait. You needed to wait. You needed to wait for some more information. Because I think maybe when you committed, it was doable. But as it unfolded, as the deliverable became clearer, as it just, as you gained more information or found that you were missing more pieces, or it was just a bigger helping than you anticipated, it definitely did not go as planned. So it's coming to light. Guidance and mania. The Six of Swords, moving to calmer waters, moving away from this craziness, moving away from this self-imposed absolute chaos. And chaos is number 35. No, that's what, 36. But 666, this is loving on yourself. A lot of sixes on this card. It's a true six. Loving on yourself. This craze, you were probably immersed in this. It's coming to balance. Too many. But I saw trust. It's coming to balance. Too many again. Got a lot to say. Envy, strength, wisdom, spirit. Yeah, I think that there's beauty and grace. Chastity. No man is an island. You may have tried to carry this on your own. there is grace and humility, or something about having grace and keeping this level of composure throughout the process, even through the failure. It's like the president having to give their concession speech. One card for what's coming to balance. Ego. Oh, intolerant to ego. Yeah, back to that concession speech. Just admit when you're wrong. Admit when it's not. Admit when you know you've taken on too much. And sometimes you don't know what's too much until the load is on your back. Camel, I'm going to use this Cosmic Tarot. That's what I want. Yes. I'm hearing 2 shuffles. Cosmic Tarot. All right. 1 and 2. We'll get a quick clarifier. All right. Clarify morbid? Let's clarify morbid. What was this challenge? Can you give me some insight into this challenge that Libra is being hesitant about? That Libra was pouring too much into one? Is this the wrong deck? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do, I just looked up at my collection and I saw this. Tweedledee and Tweedledum pouring into 2. Alright, I see you. Okay. Okay, Spirit, okay. Now, when I say energy, I mean, spirit, source, God, angels, ancestors, anything that's not really here, but is also everywhere. You know what I mean. All right, 2 shuffles. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Clarify morbid. What was this challenge? What was decaying before this collective picked it up? The Star. I'm getting this feeling of switching horses midstream. And that's because the Griffin, part of it is built for the air, the other part is built for the ground. He's not fully either. So something was started. Something was already baked. It's like baking a cake, but then taking it out halfway and trying to add the eggs because you forgot them. It's 5:55 on my clock right now. A big change. Big change. And look, there he is. He's cooking something. But he forgot something important. Something was overlooked. Because again, the part of this that can fly is asleep. And it's in the night. He's missing something. There's something that was missing. And that's an empty pot. There's something that was missing. You signed out without having, or you signed on without having all the information. That became very, very click. Wow, click. Very, very clear as soon as the sun came up. As soon as it came clear quick. What's changing? Mystic and humility. This Queen of Wands. Oh, the High Priestess and the Devil. With the 10 of Swords on the bottom. Maybe somebody set you up for failure. Maybe somebody knew that it was too much. It was going to knock you on your behind. Mystic and humility. Somebody might have wanted to make you look bad. But again, look how brave you are. Look how brave you are in the face of adversity, in the face of this challenge. How intent you are, how focused you are. That is the true win here. It was the opportunity to demonstrate this character, this composure, even in the thick of it, even buried underneath it all. Clarify this courage. Judgment. And these, you have all major arcana so far. Judgment in this challenge. 7 of Wands again. It's the challenge card. Judgment. Making up your mind. It's okay to walk away from it. It just can't be done. It takes courage to call this on yourself. Time's up. Yep, I didn't do it. I couldn't do it. It couldn't be done. I didn't get it done. Ownership of that takes courage. Ownership of your failures takes courage. And there's challenge again. Challenge. This was a beast of burden. What's coming to light? What's coming to light for this collective? Ooh. Oh, what's that? Another challenge. The 5 of Wands. Quarreling, fighting, competition with the sun. I think that your composure, your grace throughout this is being recognized by the right people. The sun's the happiest card in the deck. It's like relief. And there's the 6 of Swords right underneath it. Somebody's going to come help you. There's going to be a way. I don't think it's like an extension in the deadline. I think it's just the acceptance of the end of this project. But this is going to lead you to something that comes next, that other people have already been fighting for. And because of the way that you handled this, because of your tenacity, because of your directive, I'm hearing, the Eggman, goo 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 choo, I don't know, it's a Beatles song, I'm the Eggman, I'm the walrus, is going to give you the opportunity, is going to give you the helping hand. You're going to get out of this, I'm hearing, scot-free. So if there is supposed to be some sort of penalty, or you're supposed to be in trouble or something for not completing this, for not doing this, for failure, it's not going to happen. I think that this was put on you and somebody else sees that this was an impossible task. Because I don't think that this is something new. I think that this is something that multiple people had tried and it kind of landed in your lap. Everybody was fighting to keep it afloat. And I get this feeling like if you can't even do it, it was meant to sink. But what the actual truth is that it was meant to sink from the start. It's just nobody wanted to say that. So it's like the estimator estimated wrong. Or again, there was critical information that was missing. And the ego is the sun card, by the way. Number 19, sun. So you have the sun. But it's also the devil, because the devil is what chains and binds us to our ego. Makes us want things that we aren't really supposed to have. Becomes obligation, not choice. 2 of Cups. And I don't even know if I can say this word, the unalive card. Yeah, somebody's not happy that you get the final judgment call about whether this moves forward or not. Someone wants it to keep moving forward. That does kind of look like the same lady, right? Someone wants this to keep moving forward, but wow, game over. And wherever the sun is, he sees it. There's the Lovers right underneath. There's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm getting very much, I mean, the only example that I can think of is like when I worked in marketing. This is the second time I've referenced this since I started doing readings today. But it's like the client still wants the deliverable, even though everyone in the agency that's trying to produce this knows it can't be done. The client is then upset. But the client was the one who kept changing their mind, kept changing their demands, their expectations. And you may have tried to go back and forth and honor it all, but you were literally dealing with a beast. Or it grew to be a beast. And it could not be done. And it's okay. So just whatever you're doing, keep your composure. Be as pleasant as you can. This was an individual challenge. 15, individual challenge. This isn't about whatever you're dealing with. This is about how you dealt with it. So higher level picture, higher perspective on that. The right people saw you handle it the right way, even if at the end it didn't go the way it was supposed to. No, it didn't go the way it was planned. It went how it was supposed to. So I hope this finds you well. I hope this brings some clarity and insights. Have no worries. You learned and did whatever you were supposed to do in that challenge. Just next time, make sure you keep it even, you keep it balanced. All right, Libra, that's all I got for you. Bye, until next time.